Hey everybody, it's Casual Boots coming at you with another video. Today we're going to feature the SU-122-44, the Tier 7 Soviet tank destroyer premium that is played today by ArmorPiercingReroll. And we're playing on Siegfried Line in Attack Defense, or I just think of it as Attack Defense. It might have another name officially, but and to be honest, I don't normally play these game modes, so this is a little bit new for me. I turned Encounter and Attack Defense off. I just don't like them. But anyways, here we are playing something a little bit different than you might otherwise see. And first shot whiffs. And so anyways, the SU-122-44, for those of you that don't know, I guess it's a pretty okay tank. It's Tier 7 premium. And some of the good things about it, it has great DPM. It's got like 3,000 base at Tier 7. And hold on a second. Let's just go hunting here a little bit. Wait for it. Aim it in. Anyway, here's one of the downsides to the SU-122-44. The gun handling. You can look at how slowly this thing is aiming in. Granted, we're shooting pretty far off targets, but oof, yeah, it takes a little bit. You've just got to really trust the gun, honestly. Anyways, ArmorPiercingReroll it's already racked up 1,000 damage here against Tier 5s. This is just like the best possible matchmaking for ArmorPiercingReroll. And just plowing away, so you've got 3,000 base DPM at 390 alpha at Tier 7, which is pretty insane, right? So you see just those stats and you think, wow, this thing must be overpowered. Well, let's continue with, so it's got pretty okay speed, and we're about to see some of this too. Pretty okay speed for what it is. Surprisingly good camouflage. This thing, I forget what the base values are. I think it's like 22% camo rating base. And right away, so you look at the minimap here. ArmorPiercingReroll sees all the heavies that are pushing on the south side of the map here, the G line. You see the OI and the Tiger and the Valiant. So he knows right away that he's got to flex. And you see the speed. Getting up to like 45, 46 for something that has some meaningful armor. And the other strong suits of this tank, that's pretty okay. So pretty okay speed. Surprisingly good camouflage. The armor, the front of this thing is really, really heavily sloped. It's got like 60 degrees of sloping in the front, and it's got like 90 millimeters of straight up hull armor. So what that means is tanks at like Tier 5 and 6, when you're in a Tier 5 and 6 game, kind of like this one, you can just kind of be a bully. You have pretty good protection. But against like Tier 9s and 8s, it's kind of cheese. So it has armor that works well against low tiers. What's the drawback? Why is this thing not everywhere? Why do you not see these in every single game? Like, why do people not think this thing is just the most broken tank in the game? Well, you can see, for first things first, the gun handling is god-awful. You're seeing that now. ArmorPiercingReroll has been blessed by RNGesus in this game quite a bit. There have been quite a few games where he just had to like throw it out there and hope, and it did hit. Now, the one just now did not hit, but we'll just wait. Like, okay, wow, right? So that's pretty awesome. So anyways, the god-awful gun handling is really a limiting factor of this tank. Not this gun, not the gun on this particular tank, obviously, but ArmorPiercingReroll has found a way to, I guess, counteract the bad gun handling in this thing, just making it work. Anyways, it's got -4 degrees of gun depression, which is also pretty limiting. You are not going to be working bridges with this thing because -4 gun depression is among the worst in the game. I think the worst is actually like 3.5. I think for the SU, what is it? The SU-100M1 has like 3.5 or something like that. It's god awful. Yeah, but it's just when you get the thing to work, you can just really put the hurt in. Anyways, we're at 3,500 damage and 4 kills already in a game against Tier 5s. Like, this is insane. This is the first time that ArmorPiercingReroll has been shot and penned this entire game. So this just gives you an idea. Like, this is the best case scenario for this tank, right? Tier 5s, there are artillery, but like you're in a city map, and people are just, I don't know, kind of ignoring you while you farm them. Like, this is just to show you what the thing can do. It definitely, the tank farms, But also, so something else that I want to point out, the penetration on this, is a really big holdup, and that's why you'll hear people complain about the IS-6, rightfully so, because the gun is very potato, just like this one. Um, Armor Piercing Reroll is actually running low on ammo because he doesn't he, he doesn't carry any premium rounds, so he switches to HE because he's only got 3 AP rounds left, and he thought he might need them for the OI or anything else. So he switched to HE here, and that's a bold strategy, Cotton. This seems to be working out for him, obviously, because it's they're just valiants. Anyways, so you got bad gun depression. Penetration is 175 millimeters on the standard rounds, and it's 217 on the APCR premiums, which we have none of, by the way. So again, against tier 5s, that's perfectly acceptable, but against tier 9s, 175 is just not getting it done. So that's one of the main things that holds the tank back. And then obviously the no turret. Not having a turret is a huge. That makes city fighting awkward. It's very easy for you to get double tracked and then somebody just circles around you. But then again, I forgot to mention one of the pros, excellent traverse. So this thing actually turns the whole hull, turns pretty quick. So that means it's actually pretty hard to get circled, assuming you're not being tracked. If you have the tracks on the tank, it's pretty hard for you to get circled by anything other than a wheelie boy, to be honest. So for that reason, it's you can see him just kind of threading the needle through these rubble piles, and we're looking for the OI, and the OI tells us where he is by getting on the cap. So in this situation, if I was the OI, I probably would not have gotten on the cap, because then Armor Piercing Reroll knows exactly where he is. He can approach from whichever angle he wants, and it's just, I don't know, it kind of gave away the game, in my opinion. You can see just how big the aiming reticle was there. There's a non-zero chance that Armor Piercing Reroll could have missed that shot, right? Just because of how derpy the gun is. Now he knows exactly where. He knows where the RD is. But you're also seeing here that the view range is not awesome. I forget what it has. I think it's like 370 base view range, which other tanks have that, and that's fine. But because the gun handling in this tank is so bad, most of the time people will take equipment on this tank that will make the gun behave a little bit better. And so if you're doing that, you can't afford to take things like binoculars or optics, because what good is the optics if your gun won't hit what you're actually seeing. So anyways, generally speaking, people don't take view range equipment on this tank just because that you need to make the gun behave. So because of that, that kind of accentuates how bad the view range really is. And you can see by the rings in the minimap that Armor Piercing Reroll obviously is not going to easily spot many things by himself. So those are the drawbacks. But nonetheless, this has been a city map against tier 5s, and so this is Armor Piercing Reroll is in his element here in the SU-122-44, because you haven't really had to spot things. You just run around and shoot things in the face. So this is really just the best case scenario. And you had to take the shot, but look at how big the reticle was compared to how big the tank was. That could have very easily whiffed, and that's what mine does all the time. So, anyways, congratulations to Armor Piercing Reroll. What a great game! He ended up with what was that, 9 kills, 5,900 damage, a Radley Walters, a Pascucci's for the artillery kills, high caliber, and a Top Gun with an ace tanker, and what is that, 1,741 base XP? That is disgusting. Thanks again for watching, and if anybody has any great replays they'd like to send to me, I would love to feature you. Thanks, guys. Okay.